Hi, Meg Hogan here. I had some brilliant experiences when I was young, getting into some sort of coaching. And it was probably along the lines, maybe in the 90s, I think, where people used to actually go and get into Amway. And I had some lovely people rock up to my door, dressed very nicely. And they handled my objections very well. They handled my pausing and not wanting to commit very well. And this made me sort of look into the love of coaching. So what I actually found was that they had a great program. The program was all about reading a book every month, and it was some sort of inspiring book that sort of got you to think outside of what you're doing now. It got you to dream a little bit, and it got you to realise, what was important to you. And I found that sort of after probably about the third month, I was actually edging to get the next book. We'd also listened to tapes back in those days, and they were usually about stories, which I found very interesting. They weren't always about, how to do, what to do, whatever. It was just a lesson, basically, interwoven into a story. And I was hooked. I just thought, wow, I just laughed every time I met a certain type of person, and just listening to all the things that he'd gone through as he's been trying to build his business, and it was very funny. I found the support of the people were really good, the networking. They really have the relationships just really on track. If you want to be in business, it's all about creating the right type of relations, and the people in Amway understand this. What I also found is that they had these big events, and the big events were just so full of energy. I've never seen anything like it. So much so that when you got out of there, you were still rattling for like 3 or 4 days, because it was just so loud, so noisy, so vibrant, so inspirational that everyone wanted to participate by yelling, screaming, jumping, whatever. It was a good sort of day. I had my own doubts about whether I could sell a product and things like that, but generally the whole understanding of how they train their people to actually come up through the networks is just amazing. And this is really where coaching sort of branches off from those sort of days. We sort of work at the same sort of thing, where we try and stay very inspirational. We try to keep motivating to whatever your goals are and just keep pushing forward. And I found that even with my use of being coached over time, I'd actually jumped steps ahead of where I was before, and hadn't actually realised that without a coach I wouldn't have been at those spots. Anyway, it's something to think of, but let me know your experiences about how you've had a coach in your time. Okay, bye.